have a torch, so we tried to cook his little sprocket.
Yeah, dude, we stuck it in the oven and it turned a bronze color and actually started blacking. And I was like, all right, it's time, because it was like 400 and something degrees inside the oven when we checked it with the temperature gauge. And then we pull it out, stick it on there, and it goes straight down to like 70 degrees, 80 degrees. So like, damn it, that cooled off fast. So this is my 385 stroker. As you see, it's already prepped and ready for the head gaskets, lifters, cam that I'm just about to install. That's sitting over here. This is an LT1. It's going to have about 450 to 470 horsepower by the time I'm done with it. I'm putting AFR 210 heads on. I have 65cc chambers, and it is, as you see here, the block is zero decked, which means the piston comes exactly up to the where the head gasket would go. So whatever head gasket I choose, that's going to be what my quench is going to measure to. Today I'm just going to be installing the cam. As you see over here, this is an LE4 cam. It was custom ground by Lloyd Elliott in 06, and the duration is 240 by 240 at 0.6 by 0.6, and it has a 108 LSA, or lobe separation angle. And with this cam, I'm going to have about 24 degrees of overlap. I will make another video to explain what all of this means in detail. But for now, I'm going to use this engine assembly lube so that I can lube up the journals and not the lobes. And you always want to use gloves and not your hands, because your hands have oils on them that will not allow the cam to properly lubricate while it's spinning. Just gonna put some on right there. Make sure to be very sparing with it, since you literally can't get to where you have to lubricate inside the engine.
Almost reminds me of building that 350 in the shop. We used way too much gasket maker.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's not a bad thing though. No oil leaks yet, right?
I mean, it doesn't run still, so.
What the f? We'll go over the build that he's talking about in a later video.
Piece of crap.
Don't worry. It's just it's an old school 350 with a really nice. What kind of carb do you have on it? It's carbureted instead of fuel injected like this one.
It's just an Edelbrock. I don't remember which one it is, so I just rebuilt it.
Is it a Dominator?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it is. Well, it's got a Holly Street Dominator intake, but it's a. I think it's an Edelbrock 400, or no, it's a 650, but not a double pumper.
Okay, so anytime you're installing a cam, it's good to have something to hold on to besides just the cam itself while you're sticking it in the engine. So I bought these bolts so that I can hold on to it while I'm putting the final lobes in. And you want to be very careful so that you don't score any of these lobes, because the since this is a hydraulic roller camshaft, the lifters have to glide easily across these. It's always good to have bolts so that they have cam holder tools, but bolts with the same thread work just fine. These threads are actually 5/16 by 18, and I tried to find longer ones, but I couldn't, so this is what I'm working with.
We don't need none of that fancy crap.
Yeah, no, this is, as you see by the garage we're in, you can show
they got a pretty good view of it whenever I was watching from over there.
We're not very rich at all, so I mean, this is an LT1. This is 35 LT1 we're building. So
yeah, if you had money, it'd be an LS.
Yeah, it'd be an LS or a big block Chevy or something, or a big block LS.
That's a thing.
We don't have. Oh yeah, 454.
Oh wait,
LS.
that's right. I'm not a big LS guy, so the only ones I've had experience with are LS1s.
All right, so make sure to be very generous with this stuff. If it helps you, spray some WD-40 inside the panels before you insert the cam in, so that it's lightly lubricated. And then we can just pick it up like that. Stick it in there. Try to be as careful as you can with it. This is my first engine, so I'm not as seasoned with this kind of work. So it's okay if you bump them a little bit, but just try your best to be as careful as you possibly can with it, because after all, as we know, the cam is the heart of any small block Chevy.
I don't know. I think it's kind of more of the brain. But I mean, yours does have a computer, so I guess you could say that that's the brain. That would suck if you got that in there and then scored it.
There we go, guys. Now, if y'all see down in there, here, let me get a light.
I should say you can't really see shit. Little camera. Devin.
All right, so we are currently
We need you.
outside of my friend Devin's house. He is going to be one of the main editors of this YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, I'll
And
see
it's
you.
because my cam sprocket isn't able to be heated up by the oven enough to slip onto the crank, and or it's the crank sprocket, excuse me. But it's for the timing chain, and it can't seem to keep it heat, up to temperature enough to slide it on and seat it on the crank. So we're going
using an oven.
using an oven. That'll set at 500 degrees. We couldn't get it up to temp, so we're gonna go buy a blowtorch for about $7 at Walmart. Blowtorch it, shove it on there, and then stick the timing chain on, and that's probably how we're gonna finish our night off. So stay tuned. All right, so we're here at Walmart. Like I said earlier, we picked up Devin, and we're buying a blowtorch at 12 o'clock in the morning because this is the only place that's open, and ovens are not good for heating shit up.
And keeping it hot.
So we're what do you got there?
Oh, there's still tires here. Hey, Devin, don't you need tires?
All right, so we're trying to find a butane blowtorch. Oh, it's blue. It's in a plastic. It's gonna be down one of these aisles. I know it is.
Oh, Brandon, it's the brand new.
Because he's short. It's okay. It's okay. Devin and I have been short our entire life, so.
I mean, you could use it too. I didn't even think about that.
So that kind of offended me too.
I'm just used to making fun of you for being short.
I mean, Devin is still short, the shortest one, so it's okay. Cause I'm not the shortest one.
Hair almost makes him as tall as you.
New haircut today. Y'all know where the torches are? Hey, comment in the description if you know where the torches are. Maybe you'll win. Recording a recording. Alright, well y'all see when we found them. Alright, so we found them. Shane here walked right by them. Oh, there's not going to be a butane torch on the toilet aisle.
It says bath safety right above the torch. I don't see how that's bath safety.
It never was this expensive before.
Hey, but this is a decent torch. This is the same one we got at the shop. I think.
That's the one that I got last time. But look how cheap this one is. $3.
That's just a bottle.
I know, but the fitting itself is another $12.
Plus, I'm pretty sure this is also empty.
No. Alright guys, we'll see you back at the shop.
because of how long it took to render. My video, when it was done, it took like 10. I mean, like upwards.
All right, guys.
Like,
So
I
it is
asked stuff
currently
Yeah.
2:21 a.m. I believe it's Wednesday now, and we just got the cam install. We got this water pump gear, as y'all saw, and now and then we got the cam gear and the crank sprocket on there as well. And then I torqued it down the spec off camera. Sorry about that. And now it's all lubed up. Now don't be afraid if you're doing what I am and soaring the engine before you completely finish it, because I still have to order my head gaskets. Don't be afraid to overdo it with the WD-40. It's not going to hurt the engine. That's exactly what it's meant to do. And make sure you torque everything down to spec. I can't emphasize that enough. It doesn't really matter as much about this water pump gear, but as far as the cam gear goes, you really need to make sure that it's seated in there properly and that it's torqued down so that you don't have any trouble if you're doing the entire engine build in one day, which I know some of y'all are experienced like that, others aren't. And I think that is going to about do it for the video. We'll see you next time.